The azure waters of Turkey's Mediterranean coast, a paradise for holidaymakers, paint a stunning backdrop. But today, the focus shifts from the serene relaxation to the electrifying intensity of the Artistic Gymnastics World Cup. Welcome to Antalya, where the sun loungers are traded for the spotlight. Now the stakes rise, the pressure intensifies as athletes will push their limits in this crucial stage of the World Cup journey. Today's performances could be pivotal. Welcome back to the Ibrahim Cholak Gymnasium Hall, where another day of breathtaking gymnastics awaits. Today, the athletes are ready to captivate us with their artistry and athleticism. Wherever you're watching in the world, a very warm welcome. I'm Karim Bashir, and together today we will see some stunning action. Today we have 5 apparatus being contested. 5 champions will be crowned to conclude action from this 3rd FIG Artistic Gymnastics World Cup here in Antalya. We'll start by focusing on the men's vault. Will be followed by the women's balance beam and men's parallel bars, and then finally the women's floor event, followed by the men's horizontal bars. For now, our focus is on the men's vault competition here in Antalya. Well, if you're new to artistic gymnastics, welcome. There'll be 8 contenders in each of the 5 finals we've got today, and we have a split warm-up routine. So the first 4 will begin their warm-up right now. They will then perform their 2 vaults each before the second rotation of 4 athletes completes their warm-up and then their vaults. Taylor Burkhardt will be going 4th. The man going first is Benno Kunst from Slovenia. Finished 5th in the qualification. He was 4th in the vault at the last World Cup in Baku just a couple of weekends ago. Andrej Kalny from Czechia will be going 2nd. The 23-year-old from Prague was 2nd through qualification, so one to look out for in this competition, that is for sure. There is Taylor Burkhardt, and the other gymnast that will be in this first rotation is Tanida Masaharu. Japanese athlete from Fukui. vault bronze at the Cairo World Cup in 2023. That was his last World Cup outing, in fact. He's fourth at the 2018 Junior European Championships, but got vault gold at the Youth Olympic Games in Buenos Aires in 2018. Flying second here. Pretty consistent through his 2 vaults in qualification as well. Waiting to go for his warm-up. Part of the Japanese team that took gold at the 2023 Junior World Championships right here in Antalya. So preparations nearly complete. Vault is a high stakes gamble with every single launch. The vault is a test of courage but also calculated risk. All change for this year means that all men's vaults have had their difficulty score reduced by 0.4 of a mark. That's some change. So we're ready to get underway. The men's floor event begins with Benno Kunst from Slovenia, from Brzice, 23-year-old. Get the competition underway. Just a little corrective step there at the end. Vault competition is up and running. So there's 4 things really to look out for if you're just watching the vault for the first time. First thing is the twisting form as we take a look back at Benno Kunst's first vault. The legs look, is everything extended when it needs to be, toes pointed and flexed, and you're looking at height, the amplitude the gymnast gets when they push off the table or the vault. The landing, of course, you're looking out to minimize the hops, steps, shuffles, and then something perhaps newbies won't appreciate is the axis. Does the gymnast fly in a straight line away from the vault? Or do they veer off from one side to the other? 13.8 dead then for vault number 1. So we'll have another go at this. 2 scores pulled together to give him his final score. Scored 13.97 with his 967 with his first vault in qualification, 13.667 with his second vault. Just a little correction on the second landing. makes his way to the mixed zone area. Whilst we wait for the score on his second vault, and then the combination. Just got a shot there, him shaking his hands with the top qualifier, Artur Davtyan. 13.7 is the final result here after a 13.6 dead second jump. So 13.700 is the benchmark set by Benno Kunst. Now Ondrej Kalny from Czechia, the 23-year-old from Prague, qualified second. 14.233 combined score for his qualification vaults. 2018 Youth Olympic champion on the vault. Plenty to unravel in that. We'll start first with a little corrective step at the end. Flight and height, very good. Toes pointed. The twists look pretty tight as well, all tucked up. So a little increase on Kunst's first jump, not by much. Again, another little corrective hop at the end there, but two pretty solid vaults from Czechia. Packs in quite a lot, doesn't he, from launch to land. $13.700 score set by Kunst with the first two vaults. 14.1 the overall score there. After a 13.967 second jump, at 14.100 takes Kalny into top spot. Now the 20-year-old from Fukui, Anida Masaharu, coached by his father, won the all-around at the 2023 All Japan High School Championships. This is his first World Cup vault final. He's coming slightly off to the left as he would see it. Just needed that corrective step on landing. aggression that he takes into the vault. Nice score for a first vault there, 13.9. Bent knees on the landing then needed a little bit of correction. 14-1, the target set by Kalni from Turkey. This could be an important score coming up for the outcome of this particular competition. Got 14.067 in qualification to Nida, so he certainly could threaten the podium. So in the end, not enough. 13.750 for the second vault. Puts Tanita into third position. Now, Taylor Burkhart, 22-year-old from Colorado, studying at Stanford University. Correction at the end, but that was a pretty good vault other than that. Tanita, who went before, got bronze medal in the men's floor competition. He sits in the provisional third place. Don't see him making the podium here, but Burkhart was the floor routine gold medalist. First day of finals here at the Antalya World Cup. That vault, pretty good. Look at that, 14.2. By far the biggest score so far in the competition. Biggest score than both of his qualification vaults, 14.026 for his first vault in qualification, 13.269 for his second vault. drop his difficulty on his second vault in qualification. Might not want to take the risk of doing that here. Well, bigger correction there from Burkhardt, but has he just put himself in contention? Although we do see a fault flag there from one of the judges. So stepping outside the tram lines was why the flag went up. A bigger correction than he would have wanted. Get penalised for going outside the tram lines. And it's resulted in a 13-5 total score, 13-8-5-0. So 13-8-5-0 pushes him into second place, just behind Kalny. Is that going to be good enough to stay up on the podium? We shall find out. Second rotation warming up now. We'll have Norway's Sebastian Spunevik. Malaysia's Chun Chen Ng. Yaho Sharamko. Independent athlete also going in this order. That was the Norwegian. Spunevik. And to watch out for Armenia's Artur Davchan, the top qualifier, and an Olympian at vault bronze in Tokyo, vault silver Paris. Those two games also competed at London 2012 and Rio 2016, a four-time Olympian. Top qualifier. Sharamko makes his way off the field of play. So 4 more athletes to come in the vault. Competition currently is being led by Andrei Kalny of Czechia. He leads Taylor Burkhardt of the United States of America. Sitting third at the moment is Beno Kunst from Slovenia. Nida Masuharu, fourth position. So the competition resumes with Sebastian Spunevik from Lawrence-Koe, Norway. Norwegian fans are happy with that. Catch up with coach between the two vaults. just about got the twist around. 14-5. Qualified in 4th position, 14.84. Again, another just little correction, but it was straight down the middle. It looked pretty neat and tidy. Junior European silver medalist from 2022 convert his first vault final to a podium appearance. So 14.150, the new benchmark. Sponovic has put himself at the top of the pile here. Who better to follow then than the gymnast who finished qualification top with a 14.483. Armenia's Davtyan, from the capital in Yerevan. As I said, full-time Olympian, silver at the last Olympic Games on the vault in Paris, bronze in Tokyo in 2020. Well, 2021. Vault world champion in 2022. Davtyan then. Woof. Just a little off center, but other than that, all good. Now, just holding the lower part of his back after that vault. Tucked up nicely. Solid through the twist as well. Looks like he's carrying just some sort of niggle at the moment. We might see a pretty big score here for Davtyan. 14-7. New highest score of the final. Davtyan in the driving seat at the moment. What can he produce with vault number 2? Well, a couple of corrective steps, but difficulty level looked pretty high, and he's pretty happy with that. Set of 14.700 with his first vault. Higher than both his qualification vaults. There wasn't much wrong with this either. Power he puts down through the right side of his body on the landing. 14.6. Leads to a 14.650 final score. And that puts Davtyan into the lead. He overtakes Sponovic, oh there we go, on the scoreboard, and pushes Burkhardt down into 4th position, as Kelly now sits in the bronze medal position. Now here's a man that could change all of that, Yahor Sharamko. Independent athlete from Mogilev, the 26-year-old, scored 14.167 to qualify 3rd for this vault final. Again, difficulty pretty high there. The landing where he may lose a few execution points. Plenty of vault medals through his career. 14.033 then. Started things out, the World University Games in Naples in 2019 with the vault silver. Followed it up with a vault silver at the European Championships in Turkey, actually in Mersin in 2020. Bronze medalist, of course, at the last World Cup on this piece of apparatus as well. Did well to stay in between the tram lines. And a 14.233, the final score, which pushes Sharamko up into 2nd position behind Davtyan. Now sitting 3rd is the Norwegian Sponovic. So Davtyan from Shamaku, and then Davtyan sitting at the top of the pile with a 14.650. Now the final man was the 8th best qualifier, Chun Chen Ng from Johor in Malaysia. Oh. Did not get that right at all. Was there a slip off the vault? Get to have another look at this. Yeah, that looked like the left hand just didn't make decent enough contact there with the table. Yeah, just a slip there with the left hand, so it didn't get the height and the amplitude off the apparatus. That's what resulted in what looked like a nasty fall. See how the reaction of the judges shows that, well, job number 1 for them is athlete welfare, athlete safety. It looks like he's all right. No lack of commitment, that's for sure. He would have known straight away that he wouldn't have had the amplitude, but he still went for it. Some bravery. Just every time you look at that left hand now as it makes contact with the vault, you start to feel the pain of that fall. Fortunately, the crash mat taken out some of the blow there, but clearly he's been given a little bit of time to recover here. You can see the reaction from those around the venue. Genuine concern on the floor. And I think from what we can see on those faces, there's a huge amount of relief that Ng is seemingly unscathed. If anything, he's eager to get on with this second vault. Sponovic on the right-hand side there, the Norwegian, sitting in the bronze medal position at the moment. Floor champion Burkhart from the USA sitting next to him. He's been pushed out of the podium spots. Was it worth the wait? So we have our podium spots already picked, but we want to see Ng land his second vault. Better than the first, is all we can say. That slip of the hands, cursing the table before he walks away. But he's got to consider that this has been a relatively good outing. He was 7th in the vault final at the Doha World Cup last year. He's going to finish 8th here. But it's all part of the journey, potentially, to his first podium. Well, we don't need to wait for Ng's final results, because we can tell you that Sebastian Spunovic, with his 2 brave vaults, has claimed the bronze medal, the Norwegian sitting in 3rd. There is the final score, 12.733, puts him into 8th. Yaho Sharamko, the independent athlete, sits in silver position, but winning by quite some margin. The top qualifier, Armenia's Artur Davtyan, takes gold in the men's vault. Well, coming out right now, we move across to the women's balance beam. A narrow path to perfection. The women's balance beam is where grace meets precision. It's the ultimate test of nerves. Contenders making their way out their presentation. The 8 contenders are ready to go. We will have this split warm-up. The top qualifier for the women's balance beam was Jayla Hang from the United States of America. He's going through her warm-up routine. They go through their warm-up rituals. Hang was the top qualifier. Maya from Hungary qualified 2nd, and then Chan Zhou Fan from China was the 3rd qualifier. This is Jayla Hang. She'll go 4th. That's the first rotation. Moya scheduled to go 1st and Tian 3rd. So we're going to see the top 3 qualifiers in this first rotation. Well, so we're going to see Greta Moyer from Hungary, but she's actually pulled out the 18-year-old from Varosh. And that is why the 9th best qualifier, Claire Pease, is up and ready to go. Been a good competition for Pease here in Antalya. A senior World Cup debut. She got a silver medal in the uneven bars and in the vault. Could she put down something here? It would be the cherry and the icing on the cake. Well, an unusual, unorthodox entry on to the apparatus. Well, an unexpected entry to the final, perhaps. And a pretty solid performance there from Claire Pease, the United States of America. There will be some deductions there for loss of balance. Very, very loose terms. The judges will take off a 1/10 for a small loss of balance, 3/10 for a slightly bigger one, and then 5/10 if it's a big loss of balance. Falls will bring the score down a lot more than a loss of balance. An orthodox mounting of the beam from Pease. A great deal of artistry in that routine as well. Performed that tumble very well. Positioning there at the end, not so good. Just a little step forwards on the dismount. But all in all, not bad at all. There's a mystery quality, isn't there, to the balance beam. So we're all fascinated by the gymnast's ability to balance, perform acrobatic sequences with those flight components and do jumps and turns on an apparatus that's so narrow. 13.266, the benchmark set. And in terms of difficulty, Well, certainly not the highest, but not the lowest from Pease. Interesting to see how this sets up against the other athletes out there. Coming out next, Turkey's very own 18-year-old Bengisu Yildiz. More orthodox mounting of the beam from Yildiz. She's going to have some points deducted for 2 losses of balance so far. Well, a couple of losses of balance there, perhaps 3 or 4 in total. She will lose some points there, but there was a playfulness in the artistry, or the artistic elements of that routine. And the coach pretty happy with the result. 13.266 set by Pease. Yildiz has to wait for the final scores from the judges. Beautiful mount. Started oh so well for her as well. Having to cling on a couple of times. And overall, she's pretty happy. Working from Chankaya, 18-year-old, in a 12.600 in qualification. Put her 6th. And perhaps the door has opened a little here with Greta Moya not being in the lineup. It's always remarkable to see the athletes sitting in that mixed zone. In some respects, you can understand there's a little bit of relief they've got their routine out of the way. But there must be a little bit of trepidation to what the scores are going to be, and a lot of the thoughts going through Bengisu Yildiz's mind will be about those little losses of balance. quite finishing position, but 12.3 for Yildiz. Just a little lower than her qualification score. So it doesn't threaten the score put down by qualifier number 9, who has been promoted to the final. Her piece in the United States, still in top spot. Now for a very interesting athlete, Qian Zhuofan from China, just 16 years old, on her first international outing. Got a bronze medal in the uneven bars here. She had by far the highest difficulty scores through qualification. She's so focused, but execution is always going to be a challenge. The difficulty so high for someone so young as well. That just gives you an idea of how narrow that beam is. She'd lose a full point for that fall from the beam. Well done for completing the routine at such a high level, having taken a fall right at the beginning. For someone so young, she seems to have captured the hearts of everyone else on the Chinese team. A lot of the delegation who aren't involved in today's competition are here, including the athletes, to watch Qian Zhuofan. Yes, she's had a fall on the beam, but clearly this is an athlete we need to keep our eyes on. 13.333 through qualification. Execution score of 7.033. She didn't get any penalties through qualification. It's not going to be the case here. It's been great to see quite a young audience here, a massive contingent of young people here. The local gymnastics clubs have sent their athletes here to watch these world-class competitors going for the podium. 13.266, the score set by Claire Pease. It's the benchmark. 12.9 the result, and difficulties still up there at 5.8, but not quite as high as her qualification. And so Tian moves provisionally into second place. Not convinced she's going to stay there too long. Jayla Hang from the United States of America is up next to complete the first rotation. She qualified first with a 13.7 dead. Team that took silver at the 2023 Junior World Championships. Gold medal in the vault. Hang looking to add another podium to her competition here in Antalya. Fall. Wow. The competition continues to keep us on the edge of our seats. The intrigue with these falls from the higher ranked athletes, opening the door for others here. Well, certainly not a happy look on her face. Somewhat reluctantly making her way to the mix zone, just trying to compose herself. Just 17 years old, she's got a pretty huge amount of pressure on herself. Clearly got a great relationship with coach. Like Pease, an unorthodox mount, started the routine, all looking very good until this fall. Some days in sport, you just don't feel it. And it appears that it's one of those days for Jayla Hang. Now we know that Chan, the People's Republic of China athlete who went out before her, had a fall and scored 12.9. Currently good enough for second spot. What-ifs will be going through her mind right now. If only. She'll also be thinking about her continued involvement in this competition. A 12.300. It's back in the pack. Hank will be back out here competing in the floor event, and as you can see, the top 4 have completed their runs, and Claire Pease, who stepped in for Greta Moyer, who pulled out, is top of the pile. Second rotation of athletes will begin their warm-up. Well, Lai Pinyu, a 23-year-old from Chinese Taipei, going 5th. She was the 8th best qualifier. 2017 Asian Championship beam bronze for her. She's also got medals on the beam in Turkey 2022, and now seen at the World Cup Challenge, or World Challenge Cup, I should say. It's their 3rd World Cup beam final after 5th in Cairo in 2023 and 7th in Doha last year. So pretty full of experience, but a couple of moments, points will be deducted for a loss of balance, and then of course a fall at the beginning. Look at the remaining athletes to go. You've got to be thinking, Claire Pease on her World Cup debut, it wasn't even supposed to be in this final. He got 2 silver medals from the competition. At the moment sits in the gold medal position. Perhaps the next athlete could be her biggest challenge. Taipei awaiting the verdict. Anything more than 12.3 and she's provisionally in the top 3 places. Well, that is not going to challenge the podium at all. So now, Okamura Mana, the 19-year-old from Mie. Solid execution marks through qualification. And Paris 2024 Olympian from Japan, finished 13th on the beam at the Olympic Games. She's got a couple of medals on the beam on the World Cup circuit. Last year in Cairo, bronze. And Cottbus in Germany in 2023, where she took the gold medal. She held on there. Fall. It's got contagious here. Oh, that was beautiful. Control, poise, posture, balance. There's a playful element to the artistic sections. Just cheeky. Good dismount required, not bad at all. So what was the damage of the fall? Fancy she may have done enough in the rest of the routine to get herself at least into a provisional medal position here. Anything more than 12.3, and she will be in the top three with two athletes to go. I mean, even the mount was pretty difficult, pretty complex. Did very well to hold that. But it would have been playing on her mind just a little bit. She then had this fall. So 12.3 is what Okamura is looking for. Paris Olympian. To get back on a World Cup podium. 13.1. Well. 13.133 pushes her up into second place behind Claire Pease. And now Michelle Pineda from Mexico. 17-year-old was born in the United States of America, but elected to switch to Mexico last year, having competed under the USA flag. She's the reigning all-around and beam Pan American champion, and she has had a fall as well. Well, it's another one where you have to say, other than the fall, it's pretty solid. Difficulty not quite as high as some of the other routines, but execution, other than that fall, was pretty good. Full length of the beam for the dismount as well for Pineda. So now 12-9 is the score to beat. That's set by Tian Juefan from the People's Republic of China, currently sitting in that bronze medal position. Mura in silver, and then surprise last minute entry, P's at the top. 12-4-3-3, not enough. Last of the athletes to go, Japan's second contender, another Olympian, the Twist Princess, Sugihara Aiko. She's a regular finalist, Sugihara. Two-time Olympian, Rio and Paris, 2016 and 2020. Despite making finals on a number of occasions, she doesn't convert to podium finishes. Is this her chance? Oh, spotted the landing there. So difficulty score was quite low, in fact lowest in qualification, of 5 of all the final 8. But she's looking to make up for that in execution. And no falls. Just 3 athletes not to fall from the beam in this final. Coaches look happy. So sitting at the top, Claire Pease for the United States of America, 3-2-6-6. 13-1-3-3 silver score for Japan's Okamura Mana. Currently in third, Tian Juefan with 12-9. So 12-9, the score Sugihara's looking to topple. She nearly took a topple there. Spotted the landing absolutely perfectly. She can do is wait on. Has she done enough to dislodge Tian Zhuofan from the podium? There it is, a 12.5 isn't enough to dislodge Tian from the podium. Tian stays up at 4th place. A good effort from Sugihara. The women's balance beam has concluded, and look at that. Stepping in to replace Greta Moya, Claire Peace of the United States of America has only gone and claimed the gold medal. Okamura Mana with silver. Zhuofan with the bronze. Making their way out now, the contenders for the men's parallel bars here at the Antalya World Cup. Well, the 8 contenders announced out here. Ibrahim Cholak Gymnasium. It's the order that they'll go in. Look out for number 6, Turkiye's Ferhat Arichan, the top qualifier, 3-time Olympian, bars bronze at Tokyo 2020. He's in the mix through the second rotation. Also going to look about the man going just ahead of him. Yon Abdu Rakimov, another Olympian, was the contended in the parallel bars only in Paris. Also competed at Tokyo. Got a World Cup bronze on the parallel bars in Cottbus, Germany last year. And we were watching was Ahmed Riyad Aliwat, one of 2 Algerians in the lineup. And also be contesting in the first rotation with Bilal Balawi, both 21 years old. Going second in the rotation, this man here from Japan, Tanaka Yusuki. Fourth of the Olympians in the lineup. Robert Dvorgal from Lithuania going second. Tanaka, sorry, he'll be going seventh. Tanaka's going second in the lineup. The Japanese 35-year-old scored a 13.533 in qualification. Part of the team that took Olympic gold at Rio 2016, and that was 4 years after they'd taken team silver at London 2012. Harald Wibje from Norway, from Fredrikstad. Below the second of the two Algerians out there, making his World Cup debut. Marks from a place called Dar El Beida, which was originally called Maison Blanche, which was during the French colonial days. Maison Blanche, for those of you French, stands for White House. Very appropriate that he should be making his debut here on a building that is gleamingly white throughout. So we're about to get underway here. The athletes will perform on these two horizontal bars, demonstrate strength, balance and swing elements. Routines entail swinging above and below the bars in acrobatic flying motion, changing directions and maintain the perfect balance, which are all part of it, culminating in what they all hope is a dramatic dismount off either the side or the end of the bars. Gymnasts need a great deal of upper body strength to execute the series of swings and flights on these two bars. The most challenging manoeuvres are when the gymnast loses sight of the bars or the poles for just a split second. Get ready for a thrilling display of dynamic movement and incredible strength on the men's parallel bars. First out, Ahmed Riyad Aliouat, Algeria. Not a bad start at all. When you look at the things that the judges are going to look for, straight lines, legs together, fluidity when you're moving, stillness, and absolute stillness when you're in those balanced positions. Control, smooth, so looking for good poise. Getting to balance between each phase as quickly as possible. Solid dismount, of course, as well. And there was a lot of good stuff in there for Ahmed Riyad Aliouat. So 11.366 is lower than any of the qualification scores. So the judges are going to be applying the rules absolutely on the money here. First of our 4 Olympic contenders here, well, I should say Olympian contenders. Tanaka Yusuke competed in Rio and London. London 2012. Tanaka qualified for the parallel bars final, finished 8th. Third best qualifier here though, so could challenge for the podium. Scored 13.533 during qualification, that is. Not bad, certainly fluid. Almost potentially to the detriment of the moments you want to see him at full balance. Movement in handstand was something to behold. So, big step up in terms of score, 13.600, 2 points clear of Arouat of Algeria. So the third contender is the Norwegian Harald Wibje, 25-year-old from Fredrikstad, named after former king Frederick II. Wibje rule the parallel bars here in Antalya. Very smooth. Well, the difficulty was as high as anyone else in qualification. Where Wibje was let down was in the execution scores. So right down at 7.1 in terms of execution there. I'm not sure that he's going to get marked down that much for this finals routine. He set a 12.000 in qualification. Fancy he's going to get a little higher than that here. Good composure through that combination. And then pretty solid on the dismount. Just needed that step back. Legs are almost too straight on the landing. A little bit of hope and expectation in those eyes. 13-6, the top score set at the moment by Tanaka Yusuke from Japan. If the Norwegian can get close to that, he could be in with a shout at the podium here. Well, 12.066. It is enough for provisional second. Is it going to be enough to stay up in the top three? Second of the Algerians ready to go. Bilal Belaoui making his World Cup debut here in Antalya. Solid. The difficulty score that could prevent Belaoui from making the podium here. The lowest of all the 8 contenders apart from his teammate. Execution was good though. 8.233 in qualification. That's the difficulty at 3.8 is the issue there. 10.6 will not challenge the podium. We have had half of the field through in the men's parallel bars here at the Antalya World Cup. Now time for the second rotation, and they will have their time to warm up first. The big names going in this one are the top 2 qualifiers. Rachan of Takir and Abdurakimov of Uzbekistan. Robert Tvorogel, an Olympian from Lithuania, from Vilnius, the capital of Lithuania. Three-time Olympian, in fact. Tvorogel. He was fourth through qualification. And this is the other contender that we will have in the second rotation. Ahmadzada. He's going to give way to the second highest qualifier, Raziljon Abdurakhimov from Uzbekistan, the 28-year-old, was an Olympian in both Paris and Tokyo. Took the World Cup bronze in the parallel bars at Cottbus in Germany at the World Cup last year. He will be next out once the warm-up is complete, and then he's followed by the top qualifier, Ferhat Arichan of Turkey. We are ready to resume the men's parallel bars here at the third Artistic Gymnastics World Cup of the year in Antalya. Sitting top of the pile at the moment, Tanaka from Japan, who leads the way from Wibyi of Norway and Anuat of Algeria. This is the Uzbek Raziljon Abdurakhimov. Second highest qualifier. It's looking to be a score of 13.600. And that is a fine performance. Solid throughout. It's not setting the world alight with its difficulty. It certainly wasn't an easy routine. And a 14.2 has set a new benchmark at the top. Difficulty was not too bad at all, 5.1 there. So taking over at the top of the men's parallel bars, Russell John Abdurakhimov. Now leads for Uzbekistan from Japan's Tanaka Yusuke, provisionally in third at the moment. It's the Norwegian Harald Wibje. But up next, the biggest cheer in the crowd is for Ferhat Arıcan. The athlete from just up the road in Izmir, 430 kilometers up the road. Coastal resort that Türkiye proudly can boast about. Also boasts the top qualifier in the men's parallel bars here in Antalya. European champion on the bars in 2020 and 2021. Silver at the European Championships in Antalya in 2023. Well-decorated career. Began with vault silver at the Youth Olympic Games in 2010, and it continues here in Antalya. Now that cheer around the crowd is not just because of the fact that Arıcan is from Turkey, but it's because that was a podium-topping performance. Get the pleasure and joy of being able to watch that again. Just that air of confidence about the routine, making it look almost effortless. For sure, it is not effortless. Flexing your body into these positions. And to generate the power for that dismount. And a lot of the team there watching on, along with their friends and family. So a tremendous display. And that is what the result is, a 14.466. Has smashed the top spot open by 0.266 points. And that is something to beat there. 14.466, beating the 14.367 he scored in qualification. Follow that, Robert Tvoryorol, a 30-year-old from Vilnius in Lithuania. Fourth best qualifier, three-time Olympian. Parallel bars bronze at the European Championships in Mersin in 2020. Looking for his first parallel bars World Cup medal. Scored 13.167 in qualification. guy seemingly flew through his routine. (13.3.00), not enough today for Royal. The last of the contenders, Rasul Ahmadzada, qualified 5th with a 12.300. It's his first World Cup pommels final. Sorry, it's his did make the final of the parallel bars in Antalya last year, but that was a World Cup challenge. He was also in the pommel final yesterday. The current standings, Arıcan of Türkiye sitting at the top. Rakimov from Uzbekistan in the silver medal position, and Tanaka from Japan in the bronze medal position with a 13.600, the score that Ahmadzada has to beat to challenge the podium places. Solid, accomplished performance. All the elements were there, weren't they? Difficulty of 4.2 in qualification. Just might not be enough here to challenge those top 3 spots. Takes his seat to await the outcome of his scores. 12.733, only good enough for 5th place. So what a performance. The top 3 qualifiers taking the top 3 spots. Türkiye's Ferhat Arıcan with the gold medal from Rasul Can Abdurakimov from Uzbekistan, and completing the podium, Japan's Tanaka Yusuke. Parallel bars for the men complete. There's one more men's competition to come, but not before the last of the women's competitions. Prepare yourselves now for the women's floor exercise, and 8 contenders come out to take this one on. From powerful tumbling to elegant dance, the women's floor exercise is a dynamic spectacle of skill and artistry. Which of these 8 athletes rise to the challenge and make the podium? Well, a full lineup here of the 8 contenders. We need to keep an eye on the 2 Japanese athletes going 1st and 7th. Nakamura Mana qualified 2nd, Paris Olympian, just 19 years old. She got a 13.367 through qualification. Sugihara going 7th down near the end of the contest. Osaka scored a 13.600. The Japanese athletes contenders. They both competed in the Olympic Games. Sugihara, Rio 2016 and Tokyo 2020. Nakamura, Paris 2024. 2 Americans might be worth looking out for as well. Jayla Hang has already experienced gold here on the vault. Made the podium in the women's balance beam. Her teammate, Claire Pease, who qualified 9th and was promoted into the balance beam final because of the withdrawal of Greta Moya of Hungary, surprised us all by taking the gold medal just a little earlier on today. Nora took silver on the balance beam. To inspire the youngsters watching on. Sara Petter, Hungarian from Budapest, 22 years old. She'll be going 4th in the order. She was 10th on the floor at the Baku World Cup just a couple of weekends ago. So we're about to get underway. Choreography, absolutely important, but so is the coverage of the floor. Nakamura Mana from Japan to start the women's floor exercise here in Antalya. Well, playful, full of musicality as well. There were moments where, for sure, deductions were going to be applied, most notably stepping outside the bounds of the floor, in the far corner as we looked at it. a great deal of elements in Okamura's routine there. The movement from playful to serious in the facial expressions as well, just adding to that artistry. Like bringing the choreography to life. She's going to be putting down a benchmark, that is for sure. The question is it high enough? She got a penalty in her, oh apologies, no penalties in her qualification run. The highest level of difficulty in the routine as well. And she has got pedigree, gold on the floor at the Cairo World Cup last year. This Paris 2024 Olympian. Those athletes, you just look at them and they're just loving their job. So 13.066, the benchmark set. That is 0.5 points down from where she was in qualification. Now, the star of the women's competition here in Antalya. 2 silvers and a gold already, and that gold coming for an event she didn't technically qualify for. Claire Pease of the United States of America. Exquisite. Simply stunning. Making a World Cup debut. Singing World Cup debut, I should say. 16-year-old from Hawaii has really brought Antalya to life. 2 silvers and a gold already here, and I think that floor routine is worthy of another medal here. And talk about the contrast from Okamura's routine. Playful and cheeky, this was much more like it was set on a stage of a dramatic oriental play. It was absolutely thrilling. The tumbles, superb. Okay, she might get marked down a little bit on the landings, but there was lots of complexity, a lot of difficulty in there. That was the biggest of the corrections required on landing, and I wonder if she'll get marked down for just stepping outside, just a little glimpse of the heel on the outer red area outside the field of play. Claire Pease of the USA looking for medal number 4 here. One of the judges is done. Just waiting for the others. Looks like the rubber stamping of the rubber stamping has been done. All we need now are for the scores to appear, and there it is, a 13.266. Moves her straight up into first place. Now, Mexico's Michelle Pineda, originally from the USA, switched to compete under the Mexican flag last year. Well, talk about a little bit of Latin flair. The Mexican vibes were very strong in that routine. Yes, there was a little error on the landing of one of the tumbles, but the fourth best qualifier set a 13.167 in qualification. Marked down just a touch on execution through qualification, which might be the case here. But well, one thing's for sure, we've seen 3 routines that have been so contrasting in their musicality, their theatre. All 3 have been stunning. $13.266, the top score set so far by Claire Pease of the United States of America. Michelle Pineda looking on. Has she done enough to overcome a North American opponent here in Antalya? 13.266. It's the same score, but second place at the moment for Pineda. Now the fourth of our contenders, Hungary's 22-year-old Sara Petter. No shortage of drama in that one either. Sara Petter doesn't look too happy at the outcome. She certainly stepped outside the boundaries of the floor on one occasion. She got a 12.9 in qualification, but the difficulty was a little bit lower than her opponents here in this final. Deal of amplitude there, and spotted that landing. Complicated combination of tumbles, and there's the step out. A 12.7 on the nose, and it's that difficulty score that has brought her down. So no challenge for the podium from Sara Petter from Hungary. And the second group of athletes have their warm-up time. Jayla Hang looking to add to her vault gold that she's taken here in Antalya. She'll be going 6th. Next up, it's Keisha Lockert from Norway. So the 17-year-old Norwegian from Kongsvinger. Qualifier number 8 begins her routine here in Antalya. again, something a little different. Wonders whether some of the landings may result in points deductions that will prevent her from threatening the podium. Just came loose a little bit there. A great deal of theatre, that's for sure. 12.233, only good enough for 5th place. 3 athletes to go. Jayla Hang from the United States of America, the vault champion here in Antalya, to go next. Well, you can see why she qualified 3rd for this floor final. 13.333 through her qualification exercise. Coach providing solid support there. Affirmation of some work that she's done on her Senior World Cup debut. Part of the floor routine requires the athletes to use as much of the expanse as possible. If you're being really hypercritical, Hang stayed very safely within the bounds. A 12.966, only good enough for 4th place here. So the leading pack, Pisa USA from Pineda and Okamura, 13.066, the score to beat to get into a podium position. Sugihara Aiko up next. Well, the top qualifier there from Osaka, Japan, 25-year-old Sugihara Aiko. She gave us 2 routines there, wrapped into one. And that was full of vim and vigor. And talk about using the whole floor. She did that and not a tiny bit more. Don't think it's possible for her to go around one more time, but that she did and kept her form as well. Amplitude on that leap, and she's got a reason to be pleased. 13.066, more than that will get her into a podium position. 13.266 is the score to beat for gold. Trying to keep her mind clear and still, but the anticipation is very tricky to manage, especially with the camera pointed in your face. Does give us a chance to look back on some of that fantastic routine and talk about using all of the floor and not just 1 inch more. perfect example of landing in the corners after a tumbling routine. And the moment that the story changed for Sugihara in her music. With the change of music came a breath of fresh air in terms of the routine. It's almost like as the music sprung free, so did she. Never a good sign when the judges are having to phone for IT support. Everyone's waiting for these scores to come in. Great anticipation. See some of the Japanese contingent in the crowd have come ready to dash straight to the airport. Suitcases in tow. I hope their flight's not too soon. Sugihara Aiko is just being made to wait a little bit longer for these scores to come through. Something's afoot in the judging corner. So we know she's got no line penalties. Well, not from that judge anyway. Other than that, we can't really say too much. Well, still managing to keep a smile on her face. We have got one athlete left to go. 13.633 pushes Sugihara to the top of the rankings. So the wait was worth waiting for. Final contender, Qingyi from the People's Republic of China. So, Qingyi completes her routine. Not the highest level of difficulty, but execution was pretty good. Is it enough to break into the top three? 13.266 would be the minimum required. Sugihara of Japan broke into the top spot with a 13.633. I don't think that's going to get challenged, but Piece of the USA sitting second with 13.266. Pineda of Mexico on the same score in third. Could be threatened. Is it into the 13s or not? That is the question. Well, it is into the 13s, but it's not enough to break onto the podium. And that means the women's competition is concluded, and here are the classified results. Sugihara Aiko from Japan taking gold. Claire Pease with her 3rd silver medal here in Antalya will be delighted on her World Cup debut. United States of America have got a bit of a star in the making there, and it's Michelle Pineda of Mexico who takes the women's floor bronze. We move swiftly on to the final event here in Antalya, the men's horizontal bar. Well, the 8 contenders for this final are there in front of you. We need to be looking out for Liao of the People's Republic of China, Tanaka of Japan, and they are going in 4th and 6th places. Of course, Tanida from Japan also could threaten the Lithuanian Pavoroil as they count amongst the pigeons here with his 3rd place qualification position. He'll go in 3rd position. But Molnar going through his ritual warm-up. This is the Lithuanian. Gold medal for Royal at the 2019 European Games. European champion in the horizontal bar as well in 2020. Got gold, silver and bronze in this discipline on the World Cup circuit last year. He has now been replaced on the warm-up bar by the top qualifier, Liao Jiali. 23-year-old from Hunan province, scored 14.467 to give him a clear top spot through qualification. He'll go 4th in the lineup. So, building momentum, executing daring releases. The men's horizontal bar is a display of dynamic flow, incredible athleticism. Ready for a thrilling display of high-flying action. It will begin with Japan's Haneda Masaharu, 20-year-old from Fukui. Japanese youth team that took some gold at the World Championships here in Antalya in 2023. Spotted the landing pretty well. Just a little hop there. He's happy. The judges have been marking on a controlled fluid swing. Tick for Tanida. Angles coming out of the pirouettes, closer to that handstand position they get to with stillness, which obviously very difficult on the horizontal bar, but the less they'll lose in execution. Control, and how the legs are on the dismount. The flightier, the better is probably the best way to describe the dismount. Get up as much momentum from the bar as you can before the release, and then as many twists and turns as you possibly can before spotting the landing. 13.666. That is the benchmark that's been set by Tanida. Given that a couple of athletes scored in the 14s through qualification, that could be challenged. Now, the Hungarian, Botond Molnar, 20-year-old from Budapest. Has attended one World Championships, has World Challenge Cup medals, but no World Cup medals. This is fourth outing on the World Cup Series. Make a little adjustment there to his hands. Right hand the long way round. Doesn't seem to have unsettled him though. Couple of adjustment steps for him on landing. So the judges will be looking at those handstand positions. Did he get high enough up on a couple of occasions? I think he may well have been a touch lacking on that front. again, we are experiencing some technical difficulties with the scoring. Finally comes through. Not going to be challenging the podium with an 11.666. The difficulty of 4.2 was the telling factor there. Need to be just a touch braver. Next up, Lithuania's 30-year-old from the capital, Robert Tvororol. Big adjustment on landing, as you saw. Could see him marked down here, but the question is by how much? It does make it difficult for the athletes to be waiting around for the scores to come in, but there is very little that the judges can do. It's not their issue that is causing the problem. I get to see the landing again. That's where he could lose some points. Finding ways to entertain themselves, some using their portable devices. Others just grooving along to the music. Meanwhile, these guys are wondering what on earth is going on with the scoring. And finally, the score does come in at 12-4-3-3 is enough for second spot. A long wait then for our next contender, the fourth man in the horizontal bars is Japan's top qualifier. Sorry, People's Republic of China's top qualifier, Liao Jiali. We did not know a huge amount about this athlete before his attendance here, but the 23-year-old from Hunan qualified first and has put down a marker here. To be pretty darn good to make the People's Republic of China team in many sports, including gymnastics. So just to make it is a testament of how good you have to be. That performance absolutely cemented thinking before we saw Liao in action that he was going to be a challenger. 13.666 top score at the moment for Tanida Masaharu. 14s we're into now for Liao as he goes top of the pile. So 4 more athletes to come on the horizontal bar. Šribic from Croatia, Tanaka from Japan, the second highest qualifier, who will go 6th. Burkhardt from the United States of America, and Skoivang from Oslo, Norway. Burkhardt landing his warm-up dismount pretty solidly. 6th World Cup for Peder Skoivang, a Norwegian 22-year-old from the capital city of Oslo. So, the men's horizontal bar competition will resume. Tokyo and Paris Olympian from Croatia up next. Tin Šribic, 28-year-old from Zagreb, 7th through qualification with a 13.033. Scoring high with his execution, if not with his difficulty. Very good landing. Certainly could threaten the European champion in the horizontal bar in 2023. He was the world champion in 2017. Silver medal in the World Championships in 2023 as well. So no shrinking violet. Tin Šribic from Croatia. So 14 again, and that puts Šribic in medal contention. Top of the pile now, the Croatian from Liao, with Tanida sitting in third. Tanida's teammate up next. Second in qualification, Tanaka Yusuke from Wakayama takes to the horizontal bar. that challenge now. Scored a 13.500. Sorry, he scored a 14 dead in qualification. Part of that Japanese team that took team gold in Rio 2016 at the Olympics, team silver at London 2012. Certainly giving himself a shout here. Again, can only go with what you're given, and another 14, only enough for third place with a 14.033. So that puts Tanaka on the podium, pushes his teammate Tanida down to fourth. 2 more to go. Next up, Tanida Burkhardt from United States of America. The athlete from Colorado took gold on the floor, so made the vault final. Big hop for the landing. He looks pretty happy with that. 14.033, the score to beat. So we look at his execution there. Just a little lower than those above him in qualification, but the difficulty levels are pretty high through qualification. So I wonder whether he could challenge here. So, the final contender, Peder Skoivang from Norway. It's his 6th World Cup, but his very first final. And that puts pay to any chance of a spot on the podium. Almost like he snapped around too quick there. Surprised himself. Well done for finishing the job off there. Peder Skoivang fell early, but got himself back up. Complete his routine on the horizontal bars and to complete the action on the floor here in Antalya. That scuppered his chances. Skoivang still waiting for his scores here. 4 means that he will not challenge the podium. you have it. 11.233, only good enough for 8th place. So the men's horizontal bar is the last of the events to conclude here at the 3rd FIG Artistic Gymnastics World Cup, and here are the classifieds for that competition. Tin Štribic from Croatia taking the gold medal from 7th place in qualification. Lia Jieli from the People's Republic of China with silver, and it's Tanaka Yosuke who takes the bronze medal. A fabulous contest here in Antalya across these 2 days of live coverage, and of course the 2 qualifying days beforehand. I hope you've enjoyed the spectacle that is artistic gymnastics at the very top level. Coming up next, we will have the victory ceremonies in all 5 of today's apparatus. We'll be back for those very shortly. Time now for the medal ceremony in the men's vault competition. Sebastian Sponevic of Norway taking the bronze medal. Jaho Sharamku, competing independently, takes the silver. The gold medal goes to Armenia's Artur Davtyan. Well, great stuff from the men's vaulters. Top of the pile, Artur Davtyan from Armenia, competing independently in silver medal position. Yahor Sharamkov. Bronze medal going to Norway's Sebastian Sponevic. We roll straight on to the women's balance beam medal ceremony. And it was a terrific contest. The qualifier 9th stepped in because the second qualifier, Greta Moya, Hungary had to pull out. She went on to take the gold. Claire Pease of the United States of America with the gold medal from Japan's Okamura. Mana in silver. And a superstar in the making, 16-year-old Tian Zhuo Fan from People's Republic of China collecting the bronze medal. Very, very interesting contest. The women's balance beam. Some performance from Claire Pease. Promoted to the final from 9th in qualification, takes the gold medal. Silver to Okamura of Japan, Tian of the People's Republic of China with bronze. So now time for the men's parallel bars. Medal ceremony. The top 3 qualifiers taking the top 3 spots in order. Tanaka Yusuke of Japan with the bronze medal. Razulyan Abdurakimov with the silver, and Turkiye's very own Ferhat Alichan taking the gold medal, and with some form indeed. Alichan, a very deserving champion here in Antalya. Congratulations. So gold there for Ferhat Alichan of Turkey in the middle. On the left, Uzbekistan's Razulyan Abdurakimov. with silver. Tanaka Yusuke of Japan, right with the bronze medal. So now onto the women's floor, and it's a fourth medal of a fourth event. Silver for Claire Pease on the left-hand side. On the right with the bronze, Michelle Pineda of Mexico, the top of the pile. The biggest smile in the house, it's Sugihara Aiko. She had to wait an awfully long time for her scores to come in, but Japanese athlete from Osaka women's gold of the competition, but a competition that we have to give a nod to Claire Pease for the USA. 1 gold, 3 silver medals, including the women's floor. It will be Sugihara who will celebrate with her anthem though. Competition medalists. Sugihara Aiko from Japan with gold. Pease, the United States of America, with silver. Michelle Pineda of Mexico with the bronze medal. So now we move on to the men's horizontal bar. The final of the events. Tanaka Yusuke of Japan with the bronze medal on the right. Liao Jiali of the People's Republic of China with silver on the left. The man that landed the biggest routine of the lot, the Croatian from Zagreb, Tin Srebic, taking the gold medal. So there we have it, the final of the medal ceremonies. Tin Šubic of Croatia taking the men's horizontal bar gold medal. Silver medal goes to People's Republic of China's Liao Jiali, and Tanaka Yusuke of Japan collecting the bronze medal. That's it from the third Artistic Gymnastics World Cup of the year here in Antalya, Turkey. Thank you to all of you for joining us. Next stop, Croatia. We'll see you then.
Çarşamba, Perşembe, Cuma Artistik Jimnastik Dünya Kupası artık sona erdi. Ferhat Arıcan şampiyonayı 6 madalyayla kazandı. Birazdan onun duygu düşüncelerini alacağız. Pazartesi, Salı, Çarşamba, Perşembe, Cuma. Sesim geliyor mu? Temiz mi? Duyuyor musunuz beni? Tamam. Alıyorum o zaman. Fotoğraf çekiliyorlar zaten. Bitsin hemen alıyorum. Bilge. Bilge kabloya basıyorsun. Bilge. Kabloya basıyorsun. Abi ben çıkmayacağım. Şöyle duracak. Biraz daha yaklaşayım mı? Çünkü kablom bu kadar.
Evet.
Tamam. Ha sen girersen tamam. Tamam ben böyle duracağım abi o zaman. Ferhat uydu süremiz bitiyor. Acil almam lazım haberin olsun. Uydu süresi bitiyor.
Geliyorum.
Düşeceğiz. Aynen.
Sadece ben.
Hemen gel. Sadece sen.
Telefon sende kalabilir Ayber.
Nerede dursun abi? Bana değil. Şöyle. Heh, aynen. İyi mi böyle? Tamam. Şöyleyim. Tamam süper. Senin
Bir dakika. Canlı mı? Canlı mı?
canlı değil canlı değil. Uydu
Hayır,
süresi
tamam.
şey bitti çünkü. Oğlum, niye böyle burası?
Saçma olmuş. Neyse
Ha.
şöyle yapalım.
Şuradan döndürsem. Heh tamam. Orası kalktı bu sefer de. Yapacak bir şey yok. Düz değil
Boş
ya.
ver ya.
Aynen. Evet Ferhat, organizasyonu altın madalyayla tamamladın. Aynı zamanda şampiyonanın da en iyi erkek sporcusu oldun. Neler söylersin?
Öncelikle ülkemizde yapılan Dünya Kupası'na gelen, bizi yalnız bırakmayan Antalya halkına, seyircilerimize çok teşekkür ederim. Gerçekten çok büyük bir destek vardı burada. Seyircilerimizin önünde altın madalya kazanmak çok büyük bir mutluluktu benim için. Ayrıca sezona da altın madalyayla başlamış oldum. Olimpiyat finalinden sonra ilk yarışmamdı. Yaklaşık 7,5 aydır podyuma çıkmıyordum. 7,5 ay sonra altın madalyayla podyuma dönüş yaptım. Çok mutluyum. Organizasyonda emeği geçen herkese çok teşekkür ederim. Bakanlığımıza, federasyonumuza, ayrıca kulübüm Göztepe'ye çok teşekkür ederim destekleri için.
Eklemek istediğim şey varsa söyle. Yoksa başka soru sormayacağım. Süremiz bitiyor.
Bence iyiydi ya.
Bence değil. Her şey yeterince söylemişsin gibi geldi. Tutamadım elini. Nereye geldin aldım.
Sağ ol abi.
Abi tamamız. Aa benim bu gitti. Benim bunu sökmüşler. Belpeti sökmüşler. Duymadım ben hiç arabada.
Başka var mı?
Yok.
Deniz abi başka yok.